Baby, I don't understand this. You're changing, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this damage. The way I feel can't stand it. Baby, I don't understand this. You're changing, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this damage. The way I feel can't stand it. Baby, I don't understand this. Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin. I'm a psychic medium and this is my monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Scorpio, and it's for January 2019. So it's for you, Scorpio, and it's for January 2019. This month you are going to learn quite a lot about yourself, quite a lot about your friends, about a lot about the people in your life. There is going to be a wonderful reconnection that you are going to have with the people from your life, you know, people in your life, people who mean so much to you. But it's also a lot about the people who you haven't seen in a really long time, but this is going to be really significant. It's not only about that, but it's about the fact that there is somebody in particular that is just going to be very, very significant, because there is one friend, one person that knows you, one person in particular is going to play a really important role when it comes to you, my babies, and when it comes to your special personal development, because 2019 year is going to be your year. It is going to be year of changes, and these changes that are going to happen are going to be so powerful and so significant. I cannot stress enough how important these changes are going to be. I'm talking about January now. January is going to be just the beginning. It is going to be the whole new stepping stone for you. It is going to be very interesting because a very important part of your life, it's actually going to come to an end. Something is going to come to an end, and this is very important, and it's to do with what you do now, and it's to do with what you're focusing on right now. I'm not saying that, for example, if you're like a really businessman, if you're focusing on your career and things like that, this is going to be very strong here, and you will feel the needs like you want to do changes. You will feel the needs like you want to have a new step in the new direction, and I need to tell you that there is going to be the sacred power that you are going to be showered with throughout the January 2019. What lots of people don't know, that the actual veil in between this world and the spirit world is very rather thin, rather thin. It's the veil in between this world and the spirit world. It's rather thin throughout January, and this is because they know, the spirit world knows, that this is the beginning of our new year. So it's not just any spirits, it's not any type of spirits, but this is going to be very strong with the spirits that have passed away, or relatives that have passed away are going to try to come through to reach us. Why? Because they will give us a very special message, and you are about to receive a very special message, not from any spirits from the spirit world, which is going to happen in January, but this is going to be the strict connection with somebody who has got a connection, very strong connection to number 9. Number 9 is going to play a really important role and really important connection in all this, but also this relative that passed away, it's going to come forward throughout this month to give you the very special message indeed. Very special message, very special word. And it's going to come to you in the form of like a certain word that is just going to be keep on repeating, either in your mind, or it's just going to be keep on repeating. You know, you will be looking around and you'll be keep on seeing like a different things, you know, different words, and then it's just going to make sense to you. But it's going to be the certain word in particular that is going to be repeating this month. Listen, this is not just like any word. This is not like any coincidence or anything like that. This is really important. It's important for you to understand that there's going to be a life-changing message that you are going to have, and that message is going to come in the form of one word. You see, it's very important to pay attention also, like throughout the month, if we see something at the corner of our eye, like very often spirits, when they try to get our attention, you know, they just appear like at the corner of our eyes, you know, and then we look and there is nothing there. But if you're standing like this and you're like that and you can see something, you see, this is when the spirits want to make themselves known to you. This is when they're drawn to you. This is when either when they know you, or they just, you know, feel really drawn to you. It depends, but in this case they will know you, because it is going to be the relative that passed away. You might have known them, but it could be somebody that died like before you were even born, or it could be somebody that died like when you were a baby, so you don't remember them. It depends, because it depends which spirit is going to be, and which type of connection is going to be, and which type of message they want to say. And for example, if you two just watch like the corner corner of our eye throughout the month of January. Just watch and see. And when you look and there is nobody there, just see what's around that area. They will want you to pay attention to around that area. So it's not about, oh yeah, great spirits are around, but they're around us all the time. But like this is a very, very important omen that you are going to have, very important message that you are going to have by looking at that area where this corner of your eye is, like where you saw something at the corner of your eye. Just look what is around. Maybe the clock stopped working, you know, and then you will see the clock on 11:12 or something, or 11:15 or something. Maybe this is the time when this person passed away. Then this is the way they will let you know who they are. It all depends, but also at the same time look for the things around, look for the picture, because this is where your omen is going to come through. This is when your omen is going to come forward as well, and the omen is just going to come in a form of something like an animal or a picture or an object. It really depends, you know, what this is actually going to be, but it's going to become very significant, and don't worry, it is going to make sense. When it comes to the actual number, you see you've got a number 4. My goodness, number 4 is just so important because it's telling you that this January is just going to be so fertile. It is going to be the time of the beginnings. Now, this is so vague, you know, the time of beginnings. No, the time of powerful beginnings. Listen to me very carefully. Throughout January, whatever you start, it's going to work out really amazing for you. Whatever you start, any type of negotiations that you can have, that you want to have, do it. If you want to look for a job, you know, just go for it. If you want to talk to your boss, talk to your manager or something, if you want to go a step forward, a step further, you know, in career, like promotion and things like that, and you just haven't got strength or haven't got a confidence, now do it, because you will be showered with a sacred power, sacred love, sacred power, which is just going to, on another hand, give you the confidence without you even realizing. All you need to do is appear, all you need to do go, all you need to do, all you need to do is just start, have a start. If you don't know what to say, just open your mouth and you will see. Once you start flowing, this is going to be amazing, because the energy flow is going to be incredible. So you need to use this time for the negotiations, to start big things in life, to begin. It is all about the beginning. Now when I say the beginning, so it is the very fertile area. It's like a walking on the field and chucking seeds, you know, I said this before, and whatever seeds you chuck, you know, whatever seeds you throw, they will, like, you know, grow in the most powerful and beautiful oaks, you know, that are going to be undestroyable. And my point, and they're gonna grow really fast, you see. And my point is that it's just whatever you do, if you do it in January and it's something big and it's the beginning, you know, it's anything to do with the beginning, start negotiation, it's just going to turn really wonderfully in your favor. This is the time of your justice, Scorpio, and it's gonna be really good. Okay, number 4 is the actual number that is very significant. It's just basically going to be finally you are going to have your own harmony this month. You're going to have your own harmony, and it's also going to be very tranquil time with the satisfaction, and the satisfaction is going to come from your own passion. Your own passion is just going to start become very fiery again, very passionate. You're going to start becoming passionate about those areas in your life and about yourself where you just kind of forgot to be passionate about, because you were kind of focusing on maybe negative things a lot. By focusing on the negative things a lot, we can just kind of forget about positivity in our life. So this is why the new passion is going to be born. This new passion is going to in itself become your own power, your own strength, and that in itself is going to give you very strong vision. You will have a really powerful vision this month, Scorpio, and that is just going to be your own amazing power. And also number 4 is just all about trying to let you know that there is going to be a very significant part or journey that you are going to have this month. Very significant indeed. So if you're offered to go to the certain journey or something like that, go for it, because there is a certain idea that is going to come out of it. But also a very important journey you're going to plan this month, and that important journey is going to involve people in your life, people who mean to you the most, your family members and things like that. Let me tell you one more thing, okay? Now, I want to say something. When it comes to the actual finances, Scorpio, seriously, this month is just going to be so promising. The finances are just going to start feeling, the finances are going to start being much better. I can see material attainment. I can see a victory, your own personal victory, and this is all due your hard work, and also it is like a quite to do with basically a stability. Now this is this new strong stability that that you are going to have, and it's all coming from you starting to feel much more secure when it comes to your finances. I can see you actually thinking about doing something big, like buying something big for yourself, like rewarding yourself, which is absolutely brilliant, and it's absolutely the right thing to do. Number 4 also means there's an interesting person that you are going to meet this month. Very interesting person indeed. Some kind of acquaintances, some kind of like professional person, some kind of person. It could even be a friend, and somebody who's actually going to have a really wonderful impact and influence on you. Somebody who's just going to bring a little bit of love, like a love into your life. I meant like a love, like somebody who's meant to bring like a little bit of like love and happiness into your life. Not life as in necessarily romantically or something like that, but somebody who's just kind of going to happen at the right time in your life in order to make you realize something really important about your life, really important about a certain direction. Okay, very significant indeed. When it comes to the actual health, you see, you are like I'm also going to recommend you flaxseed oil. Please get cold pressed flaxseed oil, okay, organic cold pressed flaxseed oil, which is like omega-3 essential fatty acids. Now, essential fatty acids our body doesn't produce by ourselves, so that's why it's very important for us to take this. Another source of essential fatty acids would be like fish oils, but the fish oils I would definitely recommend a flaxseed oil rather than a fish oil, because flaxseed oil is, in my opinion, it's much better. And what flaxseed oil is actually going to do, it's going to be extremely beneficial for your skin, hair and nails. Your skin, hair and nails, this is going to be the sensitive like area when it comes to your health, you see, but also you will be able to benefit from like a flaxseed oil when it comes to the actual circulation, because I can see the problem with the circulation a little bit and the problem with the dry skin, hair and nails, and that's why the flaxseed oil is just absolutely bombastic to take, but it's really good for the overall health. And I think that everybody should be taking flaxseed oil, like everybody. This is how important this supplement actually is. But also just remember, it needs to be cold pressed organic, and you can have it in a capsule form, which is a little bit easier to take, but also you can take it like in an oil form, but oil form is like a little bit more difficult to take. But I highly recommend to take this. If you're on any other medications, please do check with your GP or with your doctor, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Now, my babies, I'm going to actually start with the 5th of January. Your first date, it's actually going to be the 5th of January. 5th of January is just going to be your own personal wake-up call. Personal wake-up call, because you're going to feel very wise from the very first thing in the morning. It's going to feel very strange. It's going to feel very bizarre from the very first moment you wake up. But this is also going to be the day when you're going to be surrounded by the ancient healing wisdom. This ancient healing wisdom, it's also going to make you to become a part of the very unusual situation, and that unusual situation is just going to make you realize something really, like how people can actually be, like something negative about somebody else, and that is going to disappoint you a little bit, but then you're just going to realize a little bit of a hidden enemy, a little bit of a snake in the grass that you need to kind of stay away from and pay attention to, because snake is hidden in the grass and you can only see it when it's too late. Now I'm telling you, so it's not too late. You don't get bitten. Okay, Sasha is trying to let you know. Okay, but on another hand, 5th of January, it's also going to be really important, because it's just basically going to be the time when you will really want to, I can see that you're going to kind of think about your health. You're going to think about your diet a lot. You're going to think about what you put in your body, and this is absolutely the perfect time to do this at the beginning of the year. As healthier we are with the food that we eat and with things that we do, the better our energy is going to be, the better our body is going to be, work, life, spirit, it's all going to be in the perfect order, and the energies are going to be just right. So this is the perfect time to do the certain little adjustments when it comes to your little diet, and try to bring in as many fruit juices, organic fruit juices as you can. If you can juice by yourself, please try to do it throughout January. This is going to be very significant for you, because there are going to be some kind of toxins in your body that you're going to need to get rid of, and this is going to be really important. And this is actually one of the best ways to actually do this, to just keep on drinking organic orange juice, organic grapefruit juice that you make it yourself in the morning. It's just so important. It's ridiculously important. So organic oranges, organic grape juice, and also a lemon as well. If you can do that and drink that throughout January, the very first thing in the morning before you even drink anything else, that would be absolutely brilliant as well. 5th of January, it's also going to bring you a certain there is a certain new creation that is going to become very significant. The creation that is going to at the same time become a new beginning, and that in itself is just going to be something like a really, really fantastic gain for you. And also it is going to be a beginning of the meaningful experience and adventure. I really like it because by the end of 5th of January, you're going to plan something and you're going to feel a little bit mischievous and a little bit naughty, and that's so good, because through this situation you're going to meet somebody really special, a really special person who's going to become very significant part of your life later on. The second part of the second date that I was going to say is going to be on the 17th of January. Now the 17th of January is just going to be basically somebody is going to offer certain service to, this sounds rude, somebody's going to offer certain service to you. Scorpio, no, I'm joking. No, somebody's going to offer something to you, like a certain service and certain option, and the first of all you're going to be like, nah, I don't think so, but then it's just something that's going to happen, and then there is a certain trustworthiness that is going to come through. Somebody very trustworthy, this is going to be somebody really good, somebody very sympathetic, and somebody very understanding, and somebody really friendly and loving. And now at the same time that person is also going to tell you something, and that is going to become like a very interesting advice that you're actually going to get, because you're going to realize that this person is somebody who's experienced with certain things in their lives that you haven't had experience yet, and it's going to be very interesting to see what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, and the way you're going to perceive this information, because something very interesting is going to come out of it, and there is something very reliable situation going to happen, because that is going to make you realize that there is a really opportunity for a really wise investment for you. So the 17th of January, it's also, just remember, if you see any opportunities or something like that and you're unsure, there is a really wise opportunity for you, like a wise investment. Okay, so this is going to be a really important day for something like that. Okay, the third important date is actually going, oh, before I even go any further, I will just tell you, like every time when we go like through changes, every time when there's a lot happening, like when it comes to finances, when it comes to work, when it comes to career, we are buzzing, we are all around the place, we end up being in slightly different places, different directions where we wouldn't normally be. I highly recommend to have a Moldavite. Moldavite, you know, I recommend it so many times, and it's just an absolute beauty. Completely different to other crystals. It looks different. Comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below if you would like to buy it. But I highly recommend to get like a Moldavite, because Moldavite is just going to help you to protect yourself against all sorts of negative energy. Where on one hand you're going to be really open to the spirituality and spirit world, so you're going to be receiving all sorts of messages throughout January. But on another hand, when we are open spiritually, then we just basically also are open to all sorts of negative spirits and all sorts of energy and entities that we don't want to invite in or bring in necessarily. What Moldavite does, it just gives you all the power, it gives you all the strength, you know, it protects you completely. But on another hand, it's a very good to kind of pinpoint to the certain messages that we have. And also it's really brilliant, Moldavite, when it comes to actually a career and finances and things like that, because it does have this ability to actually attract finances and to make financial situation even better. It's a must-have. The third important date is going to be on the 22nd of January. Now, the 22nd of January is basically going to be just a really big accomplishment that somebody else is going to have. A certain person that means to you so much is going to have a great accomplishment on the 22nd of January. I'm saying, oh, somebody who means to you so much. No, but there is the realization that you are going to have. There is the idea that you are going to have through this, okay? There is the whole new inspiration, motivation that is just going to come from this, and this is going to be brilliant for you. But you're going to realize that at the same time as well, you're going to need to, in order to move on with your life and to do what you want to do, to be truly happy, you're going to have to go back into your past just a little bit and take something from the past, from your childhood, take something, bring it back and just mix it with everything else. And that in itself is going to bring you reflection, okay? Reflection on the past. It's actually going to bring you an insight, and that insight is going to be absolutely life-changing, because it is just going to help you to go towards your own perfection. It's going to help you towards your own recognition. And this is exactly what is going to happen on the 22nd of January. It is all going to be about your honor, ultimate change, capability, recognition, and you're going to do something. You're going to do really well. And this is amazing because you're going to like please people around you, and people are going to be happy with you, with your progress. And that in itself is just going to be your own vavavoom. That in itself is going to be your own power. That in itself is just going to make you even more optimistic. That in itself is going to make you even more passionate. That in itself is just going to be the new beginning. People will be admire you, and this is all about you, your own capability and or your own success, and it's just rewards from your hard work, what you wanted to happen, but also it's admiration from others. This is going to mean to you so much because that is just probably going to be the strongest point that I'm seeing here, because of admiration of others. This is like, oh yeah, brilliant, you know. It's such a good time, seriously. 22nd of January is just going to be mind-blowing day for you indeed. Now, my beautiful Scorpio, now going to the actual beginning of January 2019, going to the beginning of January 2019, it is going to start with the very first couple of days are going to be so significant. The very first couple of days are going to be so important. I cannot even stress this because you're going to slowly realize the first couple of days of January is just going to be literally life-changing. It is all about your life suddenly changing. And you realizing, you feeling New Year, you actually feeling January, you feeling all this energy, you feeling all this power. And what you were hoping for to happen, what you were thinking to happen, what you were like kind of the direction that you were longing towards, now this is going to become available to you, and this is going to big wish is going to come through. Big wish is going to come forward, and this is so good because at the same time this is just going to have a direct impact on your own practicality and security as well. And that in itself is just going to make you realize that on another hand, you're on the right track, you're on the right journey with what you do, but it's just going to take slightly longer. At least you don't have to lose the faith or anything like that, or you don't have to like get paranoid, get low, you know, because the things are not going to work out or something like that. No, it is going to be complete opposite, and you're going to realize that there is a moderation. It is all about the moderation in the first part of January. Just remember that, my beautiful Scorpio. And also financial opportunity. This is so important. Financial opportunity that is going to be mind-blowing, and it's going to happen to you at the beginning of January. Okay, so important. Whatever your situation is, whether you're working, whether you are looking for a job, whether you are retired, whether you're at school, college, it doesn't really matter, because there is going to be financial opportunity. Do not miss it. Go for it. Just my point is, be as open-minded as you can. Just remember, be open-minded, be open-minded, be open-minded, be open-minded. Open-mindedness is going to bring you the whole new world of possibilities. Changes. Na, 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 Just remember. And also home. You know, there is a big change that is going to happen. When I say big change, it's like it's going to be a significant change when it comes to home, and when it comes to home environment, especially with one person in the home environment that affected everything else. You know, there is everybody else in the family. You know, there's going to be big change that is going to happen. It's going to be really good change indeed, and that is going to involve like some kind of teamwork and some kind of things to carry on, you know, the way they are, the new direction where things started to flow really beautifully. Also when it comes to authority, like fantastic, absolutely brilliant. An authority figure, it's going to come through, it's going to come forward, and it's just going to kind of absolutely surprise you, but in a really good way. Somebody of an authority is going to come forward and tell you something, and that is just going to be so good for you, because after that moment, after that point, you will be able to pick the fruits of your labor. You will be able to pick that apple. You will be able to pick that strawberry. You will be able to pick that, you know, grapefruit. You know, you will be able to pick your own fruits. This is going to be amazing, because after that moment, there's something is going to be offered to you, my babies, and that is going to come with more money, more responsibility, more power, and it's all going to start making sense indeed. And also when it comes to the actual inheritance, my God, what a month. When it comes to the actual inheritance, my gorgeous Scorpio, by the time we get to the mid part of January 2019, there is an inheritance that is going to come forward. So if you have a family and you're aware of that, then that's fine. But if you don't, I'm letting you know now. And also if you don't have a family, then that means that you are going to get a certain amount of money. You're going to get a hold of a certain amount of money that will surprise you, but also other people are going to be part of it. And it's going to be good. It's going to be great. And that is going to help you to have a swift change. Swift change, swift change, swift change, okay? And especially with the situation that was making you a little bit disappointed, and especially with the situation that was making you a little bit depressed in the last 9 months. You couldn't move on. Or in the last 9 months, it was very difficult to move on. In the last 9 months, it was very difficult to walk. It was very difficult to go through this energy because the energy was quite heavy every now and then. It was so difficult for you, Scorpio, because you're very sensitive, you're very powerful indeed, you're very deep, you're part of the universe just like everybody else is, but your energy is very powerful, it's very deep, it's very strong, so you're able to feel things so sensitively, so powerfully, and that on another hand can drain energy as well, and then can make everything a little bit more like, oh gosh, it's always so important to protect ourselves at the same time. But then what is going to happen after this moment is that this is connected to the situation that was just bringing you down, and now this is going to change, and you're going to end up with a couple of new choices that are going to be so important for you, because both of them are going to be equally just as good, and both of the choices are just going to be the step in the right direction in order for you to be free, in order for you to do things you want to do, in order for you to live your life the way you want to do, and in order for you to just kind of stop at a certain stage of your life in your life that is just not working longer anymore. If things are not working longer anymore, then we just stop, we move on, and we just focus on the different things. And this is exactly what is going to happen here. You're going to feel free, mischievous, great. You're going to feel like you want to explore, and it's absolutely brilliant. You're going to feel like you want to try new things. You're going to feel more adventurous that you normally do, and that's brilliant. And you know what's going to happen? This is when we change things. You see, this is when things are changing and we are going with the flow, going with that circle, okay? This is this fantastic, bombastic, amazing turning point that you are going to have. You've got a Wheel of Fortune mid-January 2019. I cannot express enough. I cannot stress enough how important this Wheel of Fortune is going to be. My goodness, because an unexpected situation is going to arise. It's going to blow your mind, okay? It's going to blow you away completely. It's going to blow your mind, and it's going to be really good because it is just everything is going to happen within a few seconds, and you're just going to need to react to something, and just do what you normally don't do. React how you normally don't react, because this is going to be the answer. This is going to shake up the energy. This is going to be your key. This is going to be your power. This is going to be a new starting point, and it's going to come with you realizing that there is an abandonment of the certain part of your life. There needs to be an abandonment. There is somebody that you're holding for, somebody that hurt you recently. It's just a little bit of negative thoughts and negative feelings that you had towards this person, and it's still there, and just kind of like let them go, free them. It doesn't need to be the part of your life anymore. It doesn't need to be the part of your energy. It doesn't need to be part of your dimension, because it's draining you. So karmically this came to an end, and karmically you will come to the realization you need to realize who this is and who do you hold a little bit of a grudge, and just forget. It's just so important. And also it is just going to be really important judgment that you are going to make here, and that is just going to be so powerful, because on another hand there is something really interesting that is going to unfold after that moment, after that point, okay? Now coming to the third part of January 2019. Now the third part of January 2019, it is just going to be very highly intuitive time. I said that throughout January this is going to be amazingly highly intuitive time. But what's going to happen at the end of January 2019, you're going to feel very deep, but you're going to feel very intuitive. You're going to feel very connected to strange and unusual, like you normally do. But you're going to feel very closely connected to the spirituality, closely connected to changing things, closely connected to buying something different, closely connected to buying maybe certain crystal. You will want to grow spiritually. You will want to reward yourself spiritually. Perhaps you will want to go and reconnect with the nature, because this is going to be the great time like for grounding, like go into the forest, and basically just walk through the forest, relax. You don't even need to do anything. Just enjoy the forest energy, enjoy this forest power, enjoy the forest spirits. It's going to do you the world of good. But most importantly, there is an amazing information that you are going to have, an amazing realization that you are going to have, and it's a lot to do with what you want to do later on in life, and it's a lot to do with your luxury, culmination, and things things like that. There is also going to be a situation where there is going to be something in question when it comes to your own luxury or your own culmination in general, and you're also going to need to follow your intuition, and your intuition is going to tell you that you're going to need to some kind of time to escape, some kind of time to escape to certain situation. This is going to be important time for you to visit, really literally visit the end of January, people who mean to you so much, because there is a regeneration that is going to happen. There is something really important that is going to happen. This is exactly what you need, because somebody who means to you a lot, somebody who knows you so much, somebody is going to tell you something, and these are the people that you're going to see at the end of January. And this is so good, and this is all part of your spiritual process, and it's so important. If you don't happen to go anywhere at the end of January, you may book like a journey maybe to go, and then you go like maybe in March or maybe in April, maybe in May. You know, it doesn't matter. As long as this energy is attached to this particular time, it's going to be fine. You're still going to end up having something very crucial told by somebody who knows you really well, and only the person who knows you really well is going to get there, you know, to your core, you know, to what you focus on and what your next direction is going to be. And most importantly, there's certain things that you're going to need to pay attention to and cut out of your life, but sometimes it just need to be pointed out by other people, and only people who knows us really well are going to be able to give us the answer to that question. And this is what is actually going to happen. And also, is the family member that was going through something very difficult. There is somebody that was going through something very difficult, a family member, and it wasn't really easy, and it affected this person so much. And now this is going to be a really great time, because there is a good news that the problem, huge, annoying problem that caused so many problems to everybody else in the family and people around you. If it's not a family member, it's your good friend or somebody who means to you a lot, that's a huge problem is coming to an end, indeed. And also, you know, your justice is coming, your justice is coming, your justice is coming, your justice is coming, whether somebody took you to court or whether somebody needed somebody else to decide something for you. Whoever needed to decide something for you, if anyone needed to decide something for you, you were waiting for some kind of decision, my babies. Now the end of January is going to bring you like a fantastic decision, because it's going to be made in your favor. Big smile on your face and big smile on other people's faces who know you and people in your life and things like that, because there are lots of people that are going to benefit from this particular situation. You are going to be a little bit indecisive, because there's a new option going to become to you after this point, and it's going to become very attractive indeed. On another hand, you see, when we are dealing with the new options and when we are very spiritual, I highly recommend to get like an amethyst. Look at this beauty. I've got one here right myself, and amethyst, look, this is one of the most beautiful pieces that I actually have, and this one comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. And I highly recommend to get an amethyst, because it's just like so much is going to be happening, but especially when it's just like a kind of, when we are indecisive, and it's such a spiritual time, it's such a powerful time, it's such an energetically high time, then you know the amethyst is absolutely brilliant, because it kind of helps you like a lot with the grounding. It helps you like with a lot with your own personal reflection, and it helps you to keep grounded in such a way where you can actually get so much more out of it. And also it helps you with the connection with the universe, with the connection with the spirits, with the connection with the angels and things like that. So it's a must have. I really feel strongly like you should wear and have amethyst like throughout January and February, because February is going to be rather spiritual as well. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle these cards, my beautiful Scorpio, and it's going to be for those of you that are in relationship. Baby, I don't understand this. You're changing, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this damage. The way I feel, can't stand it. Baby, I don't understand it. Okay, I just love that song. Okay, so now I'm going to I'm shuffling these cards, and I'm going to concentrate on those of you Scorpio that are actually in relationship for January 2019. Okay, for those of you that are in a relationship, I need to let you know that your partner also need to change their diet. Your partner needs to change their diet. There is something that they're doing, something that they're taking or something that they're not taking. Perhaps your partner is absolutely perfect health, perfect diet and things like that, but there could still be something missing. Is it too much sugar, or is it sugar in general? Cut out sugar. Sugar is really bad. People shouldn't even be taking sugar. Honey, maybe honey instead. Honey, if you can take instead, that would be great. Or stevia, natural sugar. It's actually much better than a normal sugar. Normal sugar is terrible. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if it's sugar or something like that, please try to check. And if it's not, it could be something else that you need to pay attention, because it's throwing your partner out of the balance, and it's just really affecting their control over their situation without them even realizing. And this could be something that could be just really become really annoying later on. So that's why I'm saying, please just kind of check your partner's diet or see what's going on there that they shouldn't be taking. But then on another hand, it's going to be really good, because there is the control over the situation that you're having, because there is a huge problem that is going to actually come to an end. And that huge problem is just going to have one of the biggest transformation when it comes to you. So your relationship is going to have a huge transformation this month. And I feel like lots of things are going to come out, lots of things are going to come through. You're going to be talking about things a lot, but most importantly, you're going to feel closer by the end of the month. And most importantly, your relationship is going to go on the next level, because it is not good to not talk about problems. It is not good not to pay attention to problems, because they're not going to disappear. It's just really good to sit down and discuss them. So it is going to be quite good. And also say to your partner to not invest into anything this month. For you, it's a little bit different, but to your partner, if they want to invest into something, not to invest this month, to invest into maybe in February, but not January. For you, it's a completely different story. But for your partner, it is not going to be a great time to invest. Okay, so now Scorpio, I'm going to concentrate on those of you that are single. Okay, for those of you that are single, and it's for January 2019. Sure. Okay, so basically this is it. I said it's true because there are a couple of people that you're gonna meet this month, and two of them are gonna be really bad. I would just run away from them. Run on miles. So you can basically, what it is, you're gonna have your own radiance this month. You're gonna feel really good. You're gonna be going places. You're gonna find yourself being a part of the situations you wouldn't normally find yourself. But there are a couple of people that are going to be horrible. I just don't like them whatsoever. And one of them is going to be like really trying to use you. So one of them is just not really good. No substance, terrible, ew, whatsoever. But you will know this. And the other one, and the other person is just going to be all about deception. They will want different things to you, but it's not going to become as obvious. It's not going to be as obvious, but you will be able to feel this. You will be able to sense this. You will know that something is wrong because your intuition is going to tell you. And then what is going to happen when the opportunity arrives, this is going to be completely non-related to this, but there is going to be an opportunity that is going to arrive that is going to be absolutely bombastic. You're going to have an invitation to an opportunity that will arise, and at the time when you hear about it, and at the time when this starts developing, you're going to basically meet somebody else, and that third person is going to be somebody. But the third person is going to be the one, and this is just going to be the beginning. It may only start just a little bit, just meeting this person. You're just going to meet someone, and you're going to meet this person at around the time when you get an opportunity when you get an opportunity, new opportunity or an invitation or opportunity. And this is going to be really good because on one hand, it's going to be really good time. You're going to be really positive. You're going to be really happy. You're going to be really excited. And at exactly that time, this person is going to walk into your life. Someone very smart, someone very intelligent, someone very clever, and somebody who's very much so business orientated. Somebody very professional, but very spiritual at the same time. Indeed. Woo. Okay, Scorpio, my babies, you've got so much to look forward to this month. My goodness. I really want to tell you, Happy New Year 2019. I wish you all the best. Thank you all so much for sticking with me all this time, okay? And also, happy holidays. I'm sending you brightest blessings, love and light. Mwah. Thank you ever so much for watching my video. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.